Hi, it's Beck and Sam. Welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do this video just a little bit differently. This is going to be a hashtag Satmorn Makes hosted by Jillian Norwood, and it's also going to be a hashtag Two Crafters, One Design hosted by Melissa of Mo Creations, Gloria of Girliest Cards, and Lisa of You See Why I'm a Diva. The ladies this week, excuse me, are featuring Spellbinders. And I have had this Spellbinders in my stash. And have you ever bought something and held on to it a really long time and not used it? Well, maybe you don't, but I do. I had bought this and either it was on sale or I saw this image and these wonderful sentiments and thought, ooh, that I gotta have that. And then I got like, I don't know how to use it, or I don't have the perfect project. Well, I'm putting all of that aside and I am going to use this stamp set, and I thought I'd challenge myself a little bit, and I wanted to show you what I'm going to use before I start cutting it up and using all the products. So I'm going to use this stamp set. I pulled out these, they're called Unwritten Reminiscence, a Colorful Life stickers. Sorry, I can't say the words very good, but they're from 2009, so you know I've had these a long time. But any, flower stickers I'd say will work. You just have to decide what you're going to use. And then I decided to just pull 2 pieces of paper from my stash and pattern paper, and this is what I'm going to create with. So I'll be back shortly after I get my creating done to show you the projects. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm back. Alright, I made 6 projects, and this is all that I have left of the 2 12 by 12 pieces of paper, and one little sticker that I just wasn't in love with. All the others are used, and I can say that this stamp set has been used and loved. I used every single piece except this one little leaf that just didn't suit me. Everything else has been used. So what I'm going to do is show you the projects in the order that I made them. And here's the first one. Oh, it was so fun to color those flowers up. And I kept it with the color palette. I decided to use alcohol markers. And this is going to be for one of my very, very, very best friends for her birthday. So it says, "Hey, bestie." And for the glasses, if you notice right here, I did not color it all the way over, so it looks like sun is coming down on the glasses. And, oh, I wanted to make sure I have some things out so that I can show you. On the glasses, if you can see it through the light, I decided to put some unicorn stickles on the glass part. And then I decided to put some on all the little pieces of the flowers in the centers just to give it some bling. And I put the top of her on dimensionals. Okay, and since these were already dimensional, and then I put a strip of the green paper back here, and I matted them both with some white. And I ended up using this cardstock on all of my projects. This cardstock is called Pale Papaya. It is a Stampin' Up, and they had it on clearance for I think $6 maybe. So I don't know if there's any still there, but if you shop with Stampin' Up ever, check their clearance rack, because I happen to like this color. I like the bright, I picked these 2 pieces of paper to use because I wanted some sunshine, you guys. We've had some cold days We had some beautiful days and then some very cold days. So I decided to put a pair of those glasses inside. You don't look a day over fabulous. Happy birthday. And that's how I finished the inside of my first project. So this was an easy start because it's the main image. And so now I started really having fun after this one. Here's my second project. So for this one, I wanted to change it up a little bit, and I decided to do some Prismacoloring. Just because it could give me a different look, and it's brighter. With the alcohol, I keep saying Copic, but they're alcohol markers. I use Spectrum Noir, Azure, and Stampin' Up, and just a few Copics, okay? So I don't want you to think that I have all Copic when I say that. For this card, I decided to pull in this Country Garden Wheelbarrow Style 2336. It's from Poppy, The Art of Paper. And I am not sure what year it was made, but I bet any kind of wheelbarrow would work. So what I did for the flowers is just cut, oh, where did I put this stamp set now, you guys? I want to show you on this stamp set. Well, I'll show you on this card. I just cut the bouquet of flowers right off her head. That's how I did that. Okay, here's the stamp set. So I just cut that off and popped it all up on dimensionals. I did do some inking on the wheelbarrow around the edges just to have it have a more weathered look. I used a brown black alcohol marker on the wheel and put some gel pen and one little silver gem right here, so it looks like it's holding it on. And then I put some other gems. I used a couple stitch dies to cut out. And for the inside, I just put a strip. I haven't decided. These ovals are Gina Marie, and the hello is from the set. There are a lot of good sentiments in the set. And I had some ribbon. I thought it was a nice way to break up the top and bottom. This really looks great like grass, especially with that little white pin stripe in there. And I liked how it had some polka dots and just brought in another element. So there's my second project. So in all, I made 3 cards, you guys. So here is my third card. So for this one, I had some of these jars still from Arala Miha's shop. I love it because you can print out as many as you want, and I will keep them in my stash so that when I have situations just like this, I'm like, ooh, I've got the jars. I can put the flowers on the jars. And so for this one, I decided to stamp it on watercolor paper, and I used gray Stays On ink, an ink that doesn't bleed. And I did it in a dark gray. I just thought I would try it instead of black just because it would make it a softer tone. And I like how it turned out. There are stamps that are single flowers in the set. And so I used those and stamped them and put them on dimensionals in the bouquet and along the side here. And then I just pulled out some pearls from my stash and added those in around. And to get this, I used the largest Gina Marie oval. I had cut it out for another project I will be showing you, but I had cut that out and wanted to use the center, so I put the striped paper behind it. And I like it. I miss your face. I know who this is going to. So I stamped that on the inside. That's my third card. So I made 3 cards, And then I made 3 projects. And I'm excited to show you these. So I had bought some of these legal pads at the Dollar Tree. You get a pack of 3. They are 5 inches by 8. And I decided that I was going to make a cover for them. So let me get some things out of the way and show you how it turned out. Now this, I really think it's cute, isn't it? Let me give you just a second to look at it. All right. This was fun. I decided to stamp the Gorgeous, Fabulous, Beautiful Friend in the middle because this is going to be a gift for my friend. And I used those stickers that I had shown you at the beginning, and those just mixed in really well. And then I did use Copics. I stamped. What I did was I took a pencil and lightly did a line around, and I kind of squiggled it. And then I did my stamping, and I stamped these flowers in red, and then I stamped these leaves in a garden green color, and these in a mint macaron, and then I stamped these in blue, these flowers, and these in orange. I used different colors and then did a light color on them with the alcohol markers. And I really, really love it, you guys. And here's the inside. I added a little, and I made it flat just so that it stays closed easily. I had started to make it with gussets, but then it wouldn't close and stay closed. So I realized right away it needed to be a flat pocket. But that way, if she wants to put a note in there, something, she's got a place to hold it. All right. I will include the dimensions for this. I had written them down, and I'm not, oh, here, I'm going to tell you. I had to figure it out based on the size. So I will pop these in, but the paper, the cardstock, is 8.5 by 10.5 because the legal pad is 5 by 8, and then I scored it for the spine at 5 1/8 and 5 3/8. That's how I got it. And then to adhere it, I did use some tear and tape. Actually, I am trying to finish up red line, so I used this red line on it, just trying to finish that up. But tear and tape is what I prefer. And here's the back. I decided to leave it blank. And I just matted these based on a 1/4 inch in. And I like when I do a journal cover, I often round the corners like that. It just helps them from getting bent. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. And you're seeing my 5th project hanging out. I made a bookmark. And, you know, as I was doing it, I was getting scraps. This paper is called Pear Pizzazz. So I used that for the bottom base so it looked like a flowers growing up. And I started to stamp. I randomly stamped the little leaf on the pattern paper, and then stamped some of the flowers on the striped paper, and then cut them out, fussy cut them out, and added those on. And I took one of those flowers from the sticker pack and put it on a circle. And then I sandwiched the cardstock between it. I actually took 2 pieces of the cardstock just so it was nice and firm, and glued them together. And then I made it so that it can slip right in. And of course I had to add, so you can slip it in a book and that's sticking out the top if you want. See? And then I did, of course, I had to glue a button on there. So that's how those two projects turned out. And I also want to say, I did say I added a button, but there's a good reason. The big button helps it stay closed. I didn't want to have a tie or anything because it's not meant to be an expensive journal. It's just so you can get to the paper easily. So I did not want to have a tie on it. And that's how that turned out. Now I have my last project for you, and I am super proud of it. Ta-da! This is the last one. I made a notepad holder, and I will give you the dimensions on this too. So this is a base. This is the base, and I did it at 3.5 by 3.5 square. And then for the cover, when you do a cover, I cut that, let's see, 3.125 by 4.5. That's what this paper is. 3.125 by 4.5 is what this paper is. And score it, and you score it at the top 3 1/4 and 3 1/16. I will double check because I thought I had it all together and I don't. But I will double check and I'll pop it down in the description because I don't want to tell you incorrectly. I made a little holder here for the pen, and these pens, this is the pens, these little gel pens. They are ONIKO, Oniko. I got them on Amazon, and I just Googled mini gel pens, and you get a set of 20 of them. So I am pleased. I will be making more of these, and you get them in all different colors. But you have to adhere it. And I did use tear and tape to get the pad adhered to the bottom part. And then for this, I really like doing this, making a holder for it. And I can't remember what I measured it. Obviously, I can't, you guys. I forgot. I thought I wrote everything down for you. But if I look at this, I believe... All right, that is at 2.5. So I cut the paper at 2.5, and then, and I'm not sure how long, but I kept it as a strip, and then at every, let me think, at every, not at the half, I scored it for you. Here, I had it set up for you. I wanted to show you. I love this scoreboard. And I took it at 3/8 and scored it at every 3/8. Okay? I scored it at 3/8. Like this. I scored it at 3/8. And then I counted over 3. 1, 2, 3. And I scored it again. And counted over 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you roll it up. Like this. After you get it scored. And then it makes this little box. And so you glue it together, and then I glued it right on, and then you have a spot for the pen to sit. This was the last sticker. I stamped and fussy cut those out. I stamped the beautiful friend together, and I always like to put some buttons on top of my paper Post-it pad to help it stay down. It just gives it just a little weight, but I thought those were perfect. I just have a stash of really bright, pretty buttons, and those two were in there. So I love how everything turned out, you guys. And I am definitely going to do this kind of challenge again. It forced me to use what I had. You know, I decided to stick to the papers that I had. I did not waver, other than cardstock. I didn't waver from the original 2 12x12s. So it turned out really nice. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I'd love for you to like and subscribe to my channel. All right, that's it. Bye for now.